there, Ben Mankiewicz with you. Thanks for watching TCM, where we're in the middle of the first night of our May Spotlight, the defining frontier, the American character in Westerns. We're examining the foundation of movie Westerns, and we're starting at the beginning. We had the short The Great Train Robbery from 1903, then The Invaders, a three-reel 40-minute film from 1912. Up next, the first feature-length film shot in Hollywood. It's from 1914, The Squaw Man. A British captain heads to the American West to deflect suspicion from his cousin, a nobleman who has embezzled some money. The captain adopts a new identity, buys a Wyoming ranch, finds love in an unexpected way. The Squaw Man introduced audiences to a pioneering filmmaker who figured out how to turn the release of a motion picture into an event, Cecil B. DeMille. DeMille is co-credited as the director of The Squaw Man, along with Oscar Apfel. DeMille's efforts to make The Squaw Man became nearly as wild as anything taking place in the Old West. In the early days of filmmaking, Thomas Edison's movie patents were held with an iron grip. A real threat of violence deterred many from crossing Edison and trying to produce and distribute their own films. Initially, DeMille decided to shoot The Squaw Man in Flagstaff, Arizona, far away from the ruthless enforcers of the patents, known as the Trust, back in New Jersey. The Trust would only approve 1 and 2 reel films, which could be made cheaply and return large profits. Making anything longer invited trouble. But when the train containing all of DeMille's equipment, his cast, his crew, arrived in Flagstaff, Arizona, it was cold, really cold. The ground was hard, really hard, and there were like mountains everywhere. DeMille wanted mountains, but he wanted them in the distance. He needed plains. So he sent a telegram to his partners in New York. It read, "Flagstaff no good. Have proceeded to California. Want authority to rent barn in place called Hollywood for $75 a month." The thing is, getting to Los Angeles didn't get DeMille totally away from the reach of the Trust. After the first few days of The Squaw Man's shoot were in the can, DeMille found his film reels suspiciously scattered on the floor and mutilated. Luckily, DeMille kept a copy of the negative at his home. It had been his safeguard against using the highly flammable film stock of the era. From then on, DeMille kept his edit room occupied and guarded. The director, taking no chances, also packed a gun. He also kept a pet wolf around because, it was a wolf. The film stars Dustin Farnham, Monroe Salisbury, and Red Wing, a Native American actress also known as Lillian St. Cyr. More on her remarkable story after the film. Released in 1914, this is The Squaw Man. Director Cecil B. DeMille remade The Squaw Man twice, producing a second silent version in 1918, followed by a sound remake for MGM in 1931. That version stars Warner Baxter and Lupe Velez. Velez is in the role of the Native American love interest, played by Red Wing in the version you just saw. Red Wing was born Lillian St. Cyr on the Winnebago Reservation in Nebraska and considered part of the Ho-Chunk Nation. St. Cyr married a man who claimed to be a member of the Nanticoke tribe, James Young Johnson, or James Younger Johnson, widely considered Hollywood's first Native American filmmaker, although Nanticoke was likely only a small part of his ancestry. In the early days of the film business, the two were something of a power couple. They adopted the names Red Wing and James Young Deer and frequently worked as advisors on Native American culture to filmmakers including D.W. Griffith. Although Cecil B. DeMille took credit for discovering Red Wing, she'd built up a pretty decent film career before her appearance in The Squaw Man. Despite the film's success, acting roles quickly dried up for her, and St. Cyr spent the remainder of her life working to promote the culture and heritage of indigenous peoples. Coming up, another titan of Hollywood cinema, director John Ford, has the story of the construction of the Transcontinental Railroad from 1924. The Iron Horse is next on TCM.
Next on TCM, The Iron Horse, then Tumbleweeds, and later, the winning of Barbara Worth. Lose yourself in TCM tonight.